All right, Moses joining the desk. First look at sports, and of course it was winner moves on between the Border City Blue Jays and the Unity Cardinals.
And it was a great game too. Of course, both teams trying to punch their ticket to the big dance where they'd face those Lloydminster twins. I tell you, those guys, nobody likes them, but they're so good. Bottom of the third, Rhett Fazer tries to get Curry Carlson at first. The throw a little wide. Carlson will trot to second, setting up this. Landon Noyes, can't see him, but trust me, it's there. The blooper to right will bring in Carlson. Jays open up the scoring. Now, top of the fourth, the Fazer father-son duo work the run. Dan Fazer's grounder, too hot to handle. Rhett comes in, tied up at 1. Now, defense playing well, and this one, Scott Greenwald pops it up. And Clayton Ermel making a catch, impressing some of the people here at Newcap. Now, this will set up this as well for Ermel. He's on first. Baker swinging a miss. He steals second, the nick of time. Then 2 batters later, Ermel in scoring position, and Bryce Cohan finds the gap. All of a sudden, Jays now up 2-1 and let this all go. Rhett Fazer catching Cohan, watching. Now, the 18-year-old, 5 strikeouts on the night, looking pretty good heading to the States, NCAA style. Now, the pitching duel was no match because Colby Field, ridiculous, striking out all 3 batters in the 6th for 11 on the night. Jays only needed 2 runs because this guy was a stud. The Border City Blue Jays will now face the Lloydminster Twins. Of course, they lost in a heartbreaker last year, so the team is already thinking about redemption. As for Colby Field, the man of the hour for the Jays, he was close to not even dressing in this game.
You know, I wasn't even sure I was going to start it because I hurt my toe yesterday, so then I went and got x-rays on it this morning and everything was good, and then as the day went on, it got better and better, so I got to the diamond and told Clayton it was a go and just went out there and was throwing strikes, and, you know, defense did the rest.
We start with 12 teams, and then all of a sudden it's down to 2 as Steve Barber and the Lloydminster Twins face Clayton Ermel and the Border City Blue Jays. The Twins, who are in pursuit of a 6th straight championship, punched their ticket in Game 3, or in a Game 3 thriller against the Wilkie Brewers. Now, of course, first-year pitcher Chris Osmack, he is still in shock. Was also stellar in his first postseason debut, hoping to go to that NSRBL title.
Don't really know what to think of it. Hasn't really sunk in yet that we actually won that game. It was looking real bleak right up to the last minute. And I'm not sure if I'll get a start in the final. It'll be probably 3rd game, if anything.
As for the Border City Blue Jays, they've waited almost a full calendar year to get this rematch after getting swept in last year's final.
Optimistic about redeeming ourselves from last year's final. It was really tight last year, a couple one-run games, and we're hoping to have the breaks this time to come out on top for sure.
The Twins possess one of the best offenses in the league. The Jays are number 1 when it comes to pitching and defense. The Blue Jays squad know they're going to have to do more of the same to have success in this championship series.
You know, they're going to be good games. I think, that, like you said, our pitching's going to have to do our best so we can keep them to 2-3 runs. I think we can, you know, manufacture that much to pull out a win.
Optimistically, heading into the series, we go out and put up some big numbers and make it a little easier on ourselves and our fans.
The schedule has yet to be released, but definitely will be on our Twitter page once it becomes available. Now moving on, it's been a great week for PBR in our region. First off, we'll head to North Battleford, the scene for the first ever Gold Eagle PBR event. A stellar crowd on hand to see 10 riders make the final short go round. 4 of them actually stayed on, meaning the other 6 riders were selected on time. One of those, Tyler Pankowitz, riding the Bull Aftershock. Now Pankowitz would grab or stay on and grab a score of 87 and take the lead. It was now down to 1 rider, Scott Schiffner, just needing to hang on for 8 seconds to win it after being awarded a re-ride in the short go. On the Bull, rowdy all night, Schiffner gets bucked off, meaning Pankowitz is the inaugural Gold Eagle Casino PBR champ.
In the long round, I bucked off at 6 seconds, I think, and then there's only 4 rides, so they ended up bringing back guys on time and ended up getting on a pretty good bull in the short round and stayed on him, and nobody else stayed in the short round. I had the highest score overall, so it worked out.
Now, well, Tyler Pankowitz, as you saw there, he'll be here, and so too should you, as well as the other top bull riders. The 11th edition of the Brad Phipps PBR event gets underway Friday. The final touches have been made, the stands are up, the pins are ready to go, and so too is the dirt. Yes, the dirt playing an intricate part of the show, making the experience better for the riders and, in turn, the fans.
We like to have a couple inches of nice soft dirt with a hard base underneath. It seems to be a good mix for the bulls to be able to buck nice and hard like the riders want them to, but not to be too soft. It'll slow them down.
The forecast tomorrow calls for thunder showers, and organizers have taken the necessary precaution to make sure the dirt stays in peak condition for the show.
We actually pay more for bulls than the guys that ride on top of them, which is somewhat amazing to people when they know that. But we'll tarp the arena tonight to make sure it doesn't get wet. Rain or shine, we go tomorrow.
Now the Brad Memorial Phipps tournament ride begins 7 o'clock. Now a quick note for you from the Under-18 Women's Canadian Championship Slowball Tournament. The Lloydminster Rebels were in action this morning against Prince Albert Aces. Madison Clark had the ball for the Rebels, pitching a shutout as they blanked the Aces 5-0. The Rebels are in action later tonight against the Delta 97 Heat out of British Columbia. And that is all the time we have in sports. We'll have more Newcap news and weather for you after the break.